Alright, so here's where I'm at, guys. Got everything tacked into place. What I'm using here is 2x2 square tubing, 120 wall. I have this little spacer coming out. I'll attach my main bar. My main bar ends up just about even with the edge of the tail light. I don't want it sticking out past the bumper at all. And got the ends capped. Just cut out a little small plate, welded it on, ground it all down. Looks nice and clean, finished look. Alright. Same on this side. My spacer. Got my end cap all welded on. I had these little plastic popping ones, but looks kind of cheeseball, so you know, you take the extra step, a little bit longer, but it comes out a lot nicer to actually have a welded on end cap. So basically what's going to happen is, so on this side I'm going to have a tube about right here. It's going to come up, just block the edge of the tail light. That was the whole thing, is you have to make it clear the hatch when it opens, but with everything in the way, I didn't want to block my tail light too much, and then when the lids or the hatch is shut, I didn't want to block the license plate. So I'm going to have one tube come straight up here. My hinges are going to be attached to that tube. I'm going to build a box frame that goes across, and then on the driver's side I'm going to have the same thing. I'm going to have a tube that comes straight up here and just barely blocks the edge of the tail light but allows the hatch to open, and that's going to be where my lock and latch is going to be. So that's the plan anyway. Hopefully I'm going to be hanging a lot of weight on this. Hopefully the stock bumper will be capable of holding it. Two 5-gallon gas cans, spare tire, and a 5-gallon jug of water. So end product, I'm going to have, I got some 6-inch by 1/8-inch thick flat plate. I'm going to end up plating the whole top to tie it in back to the stock bumper, and plate the whole bottom in. So it should have enough reinforcement to hold itself up, and as long as the stock bumper can handle that added weight, which I guess we'll find out once we're all done. So anyway, just real quick, the only tools I'm using is my Lincoln 216 welder, MIG welder, 220 volt. Got my chop saw and 4.5-inch angle grinder. Not using any specialty tools, not using anything crazy, just normal fabrication tools that I have, and that's it. So typical backyard project. Alright, well let me keep going and see what happens. Alright, so here's where we're at now, guys. Got my 2 upright pieces in, here and here. Everything's fully welded. Both sides, top and bottom. Same with the upright tubes. Even had enough room in the back to weld the back sides. Alright, so this is going to be the foundation of where the actual mount itself is going to attach to. So here's where my hinge is going to go on this bar. The whole thing's going to pivot out this way. So I think blocking the tail light that much, majority of it's still exposed. A little bit of the backup light, which don't really do anything, are still exposed, plus the whole side of it. So we're looking good there. Alright, well here is the completed mount for my tire carrier. Everything's fully welded now. Here's my 6-inch plate all the way across the top and all the way across the bottom side. Alright, so here's where we're at. Got the frame built. Here are the hinges I'm using. They're actually like for a wrought iron gate. I found them at the steel place when I bought all the material. Seemed to work pretty good. I used a bigger set on an actual wrought iron gate I built a few months ago, so Liked them. I think they'll do the job. The handle seem like they support good weight, so just got to finish welding those up. And I like them because they got Zerk fitting on top, so you can grease them. And it's a machine shaft, and there's a little ball bearing up here that the weight actually rides on, so it seemed pretty cool. So anyway, here's pretty much what the finished product's gonna look like. So I have my two jerry cans hanging off the back. Still have the tail lights exposed. We'll still have the license plate exposed, so I don't have to worry about moving the license plate and remounting the light like that. So spare tire will sit up there. My future plans for this, I think, would be the biggest tire I'd run would be like a 31. So I'm not going to run no 35 or even 33s, so I think I'll be good with tires sitting up there. And then have my 5-gallon water jug mounted down here. So I'll probably end up pulling out a little bit like that, making a mount, but I want the spout down so I get to where I'm going. I can just undo the thing, wash my hands, wash my face, brush my teeth, all that good stuff. And then here's what I got here. Just mounted this piece of plate. I'm still kind of debating whether I should have something stick out with a hole in it so I can put a padlock through, or drill and tap this square tube so I can thread something into it. I'm not exactly sure. So anyways, that's about it. Everything turned out pretty good. About a full day's worth of work. I started about 9:30 this morning. It's almost 3:30 right now, so got pretty far today. I think I'll call it quits and pick this back up later on, maybe tomorrow or something. Alright guys, just wanted to show you the finished product of my gas can, water jug, tire carrier mount, made for my 1994 Cherokee XJ. Just do a quick walk around. Alright, so we got our toggle latch right here. That holds everything together. Cool little adjustable latch with the stop on it. Nice and strong, says it has about 750 pounds of capacity. Swing that out. Swing it right open. And then right here, and of course I drop it. Got my little pin to hold it into place, and now it locks it in. It's not all the way down. So if I'm on off-camber area or a little windy or something, holds it in place. Still gives me room to open up my rear hatch. Have access to all my cargo area. Pretty cool. Pull the pin out. I still need to do like a little piece of air cord or cable. I'll have it hanging off the side right here, so it'll be always be attached. So when I need it, be kind of like a hood pin on an old car. Put that in there. Go ahead and swing it closed. Ready to go. So anyway, here's how my 5-gallon water jug holder came out. Just out of 1-inch flat bar, 1/4 inch thick. Made a nice little square frame for it to sit in, and a couple supports. So it makes it quick and easy to load and unload, and it's in the spot, so open it up, use water when I need it, close it off, it's good to go. It's just started to rain this week, so I had to put a coat of paint on it. But last thing I need to do on this is I got some eye bolts. I want to cut off the threaded part, weld some eye bolts on both sides so I can put a tie down around it or ratchet strap and hold it into place. So when this one's empty, I'll have my second one up on the roof rack, undo the tie down, pull it out, swap them out, put the new one back in. Just like that. Nice and secure, solid mount. Same with my gas can mount, all at a 1x, 1/4 inch thick flat bar. Shake the whole car around with it, nice and stout. Plus it'll give me pretty good clearance off the ground, I think. So I shouldn't have any issue. But I will have to keep it in mind if I go off any steep ledges or anything. So, and then lastly is the tire carrier. Still need to mount my tire. But I was going to lay it flat because I had clearance issues with the top of the gas cans. But ended up running it up. Had it extended about that far. Get it up high enough to clear. And just went to the auto parts store. Got some 1/2 inch wheel studs. The knurled part was a little too thick for my 1/4 inch plate I'm using, so I had to put a 1/2 inch flat washer behind it. And drilled a 1/2 inch hole and went ahead and pressed them in. So now I got a nice mount for the carrier, for the tire. Put a gusset on there, tie it all together. So anyway, came out pretty good, I think. Very functional. A couple things here. Of course, beer and Jeep kind of go hand in hand, I think. So on eBay I found skateboard grip tape. So this is actually grip tape, so when the door's closed, the hatch is closed, I can step on this and not slip off of it and get up to my tire carrier up there. And I think it was like $10 a sheet or something like that. It's 9 inches by 33 inches and it's meant for a skateboard. So this is 6 and I forgot the overall length, but nice non-slip surface. Down here is what I had to do. I had to make a little ramp. I didn't think I needed to, but once I added all the weight, I realized that I do have some flex in my hinge area. So I made this little ramp so if it's sagging, it'll catch here and ramp right up into place. And but it's not, it'll just be sitting on it, so it's not locked in. These XJs have a lot of twist built into it. So when it's fully closed, it'll have a stop to sit on, but it can still kind of wiggle around if need be. So, and then got my side supports all in and locked down, and that really tied everything back together. Made it a lot more rigid doing it that way, so not all the weight is being carried on the bumper. So anyway, just wanted to show you this video. Thought it was pretty cool. Getting ready to go on the Mojave Trail, Mojave Road, coming up at the end of this month in April, and want to get all this stuff done, and we're gonna go from there. So fortunately the weather is probably not going to be forgiving today. I've already started on my roof rack, and I'll show you more videos as I continue on with that. But so far so good on the gas can, water, and tire mount. Hope you guys liked the video.